Yeah. Yeah. Previously on Kimba TV. Like baby volatility. I bet it's gonna be a Macaulay Culkin entry. Quit playing with me. Quit playing with me. Math. Let's go. Quick 70. Easy. Yeah, so I would assume most of everybody is in a long, right? That was the original plan. At the golden pocket, I'm in a long from here. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put it on the VIP stream before I go. How we doing? Lions, how we doing? Hey. Juicy. Let me give you a quick little thing. If this tucks behind value area high, I'll start getting into shorts. Monitoring off. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna listen to my own music. All right, let me get caught up on TA real quick. Okay. Confluence. Let me redo some of these. 4405 maybe? Let me get caught up on the chat. Kimba, are you out of the long? Yes. Here. This one is the short. Here, let's just get caught up real quick. So, this one is the, okay, this one's the short. All right. This one is the long. It's cool that they show the average entry and average closeout price now. That's kind of cool. Okay, so we left like 200 on the table. You know, we left like 200 on the table because my short was at one point like 80, right? And if I had been able to close that out and then get the long where we were planning to do it, but that's okay. And then obviously, like, I'm looking for some sort of, this is a level where I said that I would think about shorting, right? So I just need an edge. Value area high is around the 490 area, right? So if it does some bullshit like this, if it's a fake auction and it does that, I'm getting in. Okay, but for the most part, ladies and gentlemen, the plan is the plan, right? We talked about swing failure pattern down here. Okay, I'm gonna delete this yellow line. You guys knew what I was playing. Do you guys understand why it's so important to understand why I'm taking the trade? Because then you wouldn't be the guy to be like, why aren't you closing it? Right, it lost. I was playing the bearish retest of the value TPO value area low, right? So unless I thought it was gonna claim it, I really wouldn't be closing the short. I should have gotten into the long though. So yeah, let's see what we can do next. So now we want to try to get into a short. We want to try to see if we can get into a short. Omkar says potential sweep is closed. Yeah, it could also be a failed auction. Remember that, ladies and gentlemen. So we've already identified the levels. You know what I mean? Everybody Gucci Magooch. Verolia says, let's wait the sweep. Yeah, you already know what it is. It could be a failed auction too, just remember. So either way, we've already identified the level. We know what we're looking for. So yeah. Wizzo says, would the 27.5 golden pocket and single print be a more high probability short? Yes, we already talked about that. Yep, so the only way that I would think about taking this short, everybody sees the TPO value area high, right? That's why we have the box. That's why I drew that little gray line and we were talking about what color should it be. I think it's pretty simple. So if that bitch tucks back in on the bearish retest of the value area high, I will take it. We're above value area high, so that's no bueno. Let's just wait, right? If you think that it's gonna do a bullish retest on the value area high, or even if it loses value area high and it comes back and bounces off point of control, then yeah, first you would need to figure out what you want to do with your Fibonacci retracement on this short. And do you want to maximize profits, or do you want to see if you don't get if you don't get, if it gets rejected at golden pocket? Because then if it does, then you've got a higher chance of breaking the lower low, right? Yeah, if you see a bounce from there, or if you do decide to take a long from there or something like that, then we've already talked about those levels. First level where I would even think about shorting, next level, and then you also have this sweep in between. Viper says, I don't know, the OI is rising up. I will not show this yet. That's actually what we want to see. We want open interest going up. That boy Houston says, Kimba, would you call yesterday's dump a sweep? 100%. That was just a sweep. It's just bing, bing, binging, remember? Exclamation, enter, y'all. So let's see what happens. Does everybody know what my plan is? Everybody knows what my plan is, right? Not that difficult. We had to chase that long, a little bit annoying. Everybody understand? I'm sure that even if we get into a short, right, and it starts to do this, people are gonna be like, "Why aren't you in a long, motherfucker?" Okay, so you got to understand what you want to do. Execute. Doesn't matter what I'm doing. Do you? Okay, get nasty. I don't think anything has changed since Monday. Look at the Monday plan. We said this is an area. This sweep is the first potential long that we can play. This is a potential point of control, and then you got Big Daddy sweep. Okay, that's obvious to everybody. So there's three things that you can long, and then there's 3-4 levels that we said you could short. You could either do this, you could either do this, you could either do this, or you got 4. So if you're waiting for a sweep, let it do a sweep at that level. If you're looking for open interest delta play, wait to get that. I just told you what I'm doing. There's a value area high. If it tucks back in on the bearish retest, I'll probably take a shot at this, take a shot at the short. Okay, confluence with S&P kind of starting to reach its top. Isn't 4450 the last resistance? But if you want to hold on to your long, do you? Alrighty, but conceptually, if we lose value area high, like if we get back into it and we do a bearish retest on value area high, I think that's a totally valid structural short. Not only that, but we already identified this level. Okie dokie. So at the end of the day, do what you think is the best, all right? I'm gonna do what I think is worth it. All right. And if you think I'm a complete moron for even thinking about trying to short here, that's totally valid too. Okay, you guys know what my stop loss is, so it's not like I'm just pissing away a whole bunch of money. So, alrighty. All right, 20 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Are we gonna see 4450? Ahim says, I spent 10,000 points by mistake on a basketball game. We're gonna redo. We're gonna reset. Oh, snap dizzle for shizzle. Snap dizzle for shizzle. Let's get back to this line. There's the sweep target 26994. Get nasty, get nasty, get nasty, get nasty. Nothing yet, nothing yet, nothing yet. "19 minutes. S&P still has not hit 4450. No confluence. 19 minutes. 19 minutes. Who getting nasty? Who doing that nasty? I don't even know if we would want to take that sweep. That single print is so nice. I'm going to just use the single print as what? Stop loss. But not going to use it, not for like an entry. 18 minutes. We got to watch S&P. All right, S&P doing its thing. Valorant says stop loss didn't work and got liquidated. Well, I think you might want to revisit what your stop loss is. I had limits for 40 and I lost, I think, 25 hundo, $70 slip, higher high, Kimba box. How did you get liquidated? Lord have mercy. We're waiting for confluence on 4450, brother. That's your ultimate go-go. Pretty cool stuff. Pretty cool stuff, right? You want to talk about anything in Tat? You probably don't need my help, but you know at least what my plan is, correct? There's the sweep up there, and then if this tucks below like the 490, 500 on the bearish retest, I'll try another short. Okay, but whether we're in a short or not, whether it's a TP or entering a long, we nerded out pretty hard with that box down there, ladies and gentlemen. Not only is a Fibonacci mathematical confluence, but single print, point of control, TPO point of control. Doesn't matter how you want to execute it. There is an interesting amount of support right there, right? Yeah, so now the untapped value area high is around 26.4. Okay, so we might see a bounce at 26.4. If you're in a short or if you're in a long, I don't give a shit, okay? That the next level to the downside that you would, for the value area high is 26.4. If you see that bitch bounce at 26.4, snap dizzle for shizzle. I don't know how quickly or how long it's going to take, but that 27.5 single print probably is in play. 28.225 single print probably is in play. Yeah, and we already talked about this, but if you breach 27, you really don't have strong resistance until the 29. So you have a TPO point of control at 28.590. I understand that there's single prints at 27.5 and 28, but I don't really think, unless it's like we're on the stream and we're fucking around and we're talking about like, let's just get into a thangity thang thing. We might entertain it, but I think we all can agree that you have a high likelihood that shit's gonna get round tripped. So you should try your best. Maybe it goes to like 275. Test the new value area high somewhere around 27,000 and then it goes back up or some bullshit like that. I don't know. And you also have to remember that CME and Coinbase have not swept yet, so I don't want to sound like a broken record, but it is what it is. So it's if that's what you're attempting and that's your thesis and that's why you're trying to take shorts, that's okay, but you better make sure that it tucks and goes, because you really do not want to fuck around with like a 15-minute candle close near your short. You should, if you're attempting those single print shorts, you better be in immediate green because those are single prints. It's not like you're entering $200 before the single print, right? I hope you wouldn't. So, and there's like mathematical confluence with like golden pockets and fib levels and shit, So for better or for worse, brother, let's say that this does go like this and like it gives me a chance to get into a short, I'll probably go big. So instead of like 100 Bitcoin, I might do 150. Instead of 150, I might do 200 so that I know I'll shave a good chunk right there and then I can still have a big position to let a home run hit. Yeah, and then tight stop loss, I'm gonna have a flight, so it's this one's gonna work. If this breaches, I'll try to get in, okay? Golden pockets, Fibonacci, blah, 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 blah. All right, and then that's it. And then stop loss on a higher high, and then I'll try to do my best and play that sweep on the flight. Okay, but the closest thing right now will be to breach this and do like a bearish retest, right? And to be honest with you, look at the way that this hourly candle closed, okay? If you want to know how we figured out this box, you need to watch the Monday highlights, okay? I'm not going to bore everybody with it, but now I'm starting to think this might be the level, okay? In which case, I might have missed it, okay? This level looks nasty. So if I might have to start doing some bullshit like this, brother. I might like net it like this if I'm not too late. So something like this. I mean, I'm gonna include all of that, but this is kind of starting to be interesting, the way that the hourly body candle closes. So maybe it's respecting this. And so if you're not in a short, and you're like, fuck, I missed the sweep. Well, you have a really interesting area where you might be able to get back on that bull train. If you're in a short, you might want to TP there a little bit. If you're in a long from here, you definitely don't want to lose that, right? You got mathematical level, you got volume level, you got order flow level, you got TPO level, you got single print all in this cluster right here. So it doesn't matter if you're bullish or bearish, we're all going to be watching that. That's going to be pretty thangity-tang-tang. Bourbon says, okay, all clear, thanks. Yeah, and it's just my opinion. So honestly, at the end of the day, do what you think is right. Do what you think is best. Fuck what I think, okay? My goofy ass just got stopped out on this little obvious retail trap, okay? Am I going to try it again like a dumbass? Yup. Okay, but that's why we were cautionary with how we did it. It wasn't anything crazy, right? It was a $70 move, okay? Nothing to cry about. Okay, we had a clear invalidation, right? But for sure that was a trap, because look at what happened. Bitch. Yeah. Immediate fill and stop out. But no worries. So I'm not in anything right now. And my second attempt would either be at that sweep on a structure formation, or if this ducks below 500, 490, whatever you want to call it, right? I would want something like this. And try to get in somewhere here. Okay, it could be this. I don't know. I gotta pay attention to it. The other thing that I said was 26.4. Okay, 26.4 could be the new value area high bullish retest. So I have a couple of ways that I could look at it. Even if it bounces there, I might want it to actually get rejected here. For sure, I wouldn't want it to breach anything above golden pocket. So you could do something like, I'll probably end up doing something. Let's just assume it bottoms out of that 26.4. I'll probably end up doing something like this. I'll probably end up doing something like that. I like it because the invalidation is super clear. But it has to break this. It has to break this. And just understand that 26.4 is value area high. So the only thing that we're playing there, okay, if it does bounce there, is the failed auction. Which means this cannot be a higher high. It's the repetition of the one we just tried earlier. And then like if it just red dildos, okay, well then it might be long time. Did you guys see the little nerd out we did on the long? So lots of mathematical confluence, volume confluence, TPO confluence, okay? Single print like at 26, 180. Point of control at like 2650. Fibonacci levels, volume profile, point of control. Let's just see. Are you in a short? Okay, thank God, JK. It really shouldn't matter though, ladies and gentlemen. You know? Oh, I would love to say yes. Oh. Well, let's just chill. See, because if you're getting hella euphoric or you're getting triggered, you falling for it, boy. Chill. We just saw like 8 gazelles run by. Okay, there's still 1,000 of them coming. Relax. Let's see. And then what do we say? Point of control is all the way down at 26,050 or whatever. Oh, we might go straight box. Box. Sato really did top long. What is wrong with that boy? Okay, so maybe I missed my short. Maybe now I have to go long. I would love a bearish retest still, because if it's really going to be bearish, in fact, I would love the bearish retest, so maybe higher chance that we can actually break Big Daddy Golden Pocket on that box. But levels identified already. No surprises. Let's get nasty. Exclamation get nasty. Exclamation merch. All right. Hey, we have been getting spoiled with this volatility, y'all. See, there's Lions. There's some new Lions in here that have gotten to see volatility every fucking Macaulay Culkin hour. Spoiled. Hashtag spoiled. All right. Pretty cool stuff. You know, the execution, if you didn't get into a short, not that big of a deal. You might theoretically have a long coming up. And don't just get hyper focused on this box, right? Make sure you have a stop loss that's responsible and you're okay with it getting stopped out. If that box long doesn't work, we already talked about the point of control at 24850. Okay? So could it be a sweep of yesterday's sweep? Possible. Okay, but if you remember what I talked about and why I was willing to get round trip and I held it for as long as I did, was I was swinging for a home run. That 24850 point of control is real nice. Okay, so if for some reason it just straight nukes in like the next 12 hours, we already talked about it. Okay, so prepare, plan, be okay and prepared of worst case scenario, fully getting filled and fully getting stopped out. You know, identify the levels, know what you're looking for. And even if you're not going to take a position, just like how we were all doing earlier, being able to look at the open interest and be able to figure out, are there people getting trapped, who's getting squeezed, et cetera. Let's work together and let's get through this thing. And if we can juice up a little bit or get like a baby water buffalo or, you know, get a fat little warthog. But at the end of the day, it's really just about, are you understanding what the fuck is going on? You know, and as long as that is a yes, then I feel like the confidence will always get you into good trades. So like I was asking Wilza, if you get stopped out and break even or tiny profit, are you gonna re-enter at the area that we predefined earlier that has stronger confluence? And there is no right or wrong. You need to have a responsible stop loss on everything, on every attempt. And if the first or second one doesn't work out, not that big of a deal. You're not in it to try and just survive, 5, 6, 7, 8 trades. We're here to do thousands of trades over many years. So, okay, losing just one or two is not anything to be bummed out about. Just make sure you understand what went wrong. I would probably need to see CVD bear div along with open interest going up. Okay, because I could be running into single print longers that want that sweep. So it depends on what the open interest looks like. Now, for example, Voxel, let's say that I end the stream and we start to go down again. But as we're going down, open interest starts to increase, meaning shorts are starting to get in as we approach the box. Then I might be like, oh, okay, let me try to long this bitch. And it's not just about comparing the open interest relative to what you're seeing. You still need to take a look at the actual number. If it's an open interest increase, but it's an open increase of 500K, who gives a shit? That's not trapped. But if you see like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 mil on Bybit, yeah, that's probably a big trap. Yeah, so it still depends on how it approaches those levels, Voxel. Does that make sense? But let me tell you something, Voxel. If you're longing from that single print, it did not tap all single prints. So it's like saying it didn't sweep on all exchanges. If the objective is to stop people out, that's something to take into consideration. I think that box down there is still in play. This could also We've seen it pixel fuck the Bybit single print and pump too. So I would, at this point, we're probably gonna have to do something like this and be like, okay, we're just gonna have to let the mathematical levels show us that it's actually bullish. And that means that it's gonna break that golden pocket, just like yesterday. All right, and we kind of talked about, you know, like if you are in a short, you know, where you would start to put your stop loss and take profit based on what you need to do. Binance hasn't tapped yet. Yup. Well, I mean, we all see it. You know, we're all seeing the same shit, right? Some exchanges single print got hit, some exchanges did not. You know. So it's not the same as a liquidity sweep. There has been times where it was just the Bybit single print that needed to get tapped. There has been times that it did that. You know, we've been in shorts and longs when it did that, you know, and we got lucky. So could this pump? Sure. Is there any sort of open interest delta? Like I said, you didn't get shorts trapped. So we talked about how whenever you're getting a pump, you would want some sort of open interest delta. Are you getting that right now? Okay, so you might actually have some longers coming in. Ultimately, for me, at the risk of round tripping myself, and sometimes it happens, sometimes I don't, I would have to, at this point, have to just look at the golden pocket and see if that turned that bitch into support or not. You know, and I think if you do that, that kind of has confluence with the levels that we talked about, which would need to be a bearish retest anyway. Look at that. So if you have no idea what the fuck you're doing with open interest and open interest delta, and you haven't nerded out and you want to just go Kimba box blind, higher high, but I got 60 seconds left. Fuck. Am I gonna still try to take some sort of short if it gives it to me? Most likely. But we all know where the value area high is. Do you remember this 400 that we identified earlier? It would probably do something like this, right? It would show strength. Okay, so this is the 400 level was kind of the old value area high that we talked about. So if it's gonna puncture above it and turn that bitch into support, then, you know, you really gotta have some sort of favorable open interest or open interest delta. And if you're unsure, just do a small ass position. I will try to activate the VIP stream and use the VIP stream account if I get into this position, okay? All right, good shit. Let me trigger the volatility officially. Okay, cool. All right, guys. Hey, shorters, rooting for you. Longers, rooting for you. Kimba gang, rooting for you. Let's get it. Sato, take it away.